for all things Halloween. This is hauntformer, and welcome everybody to a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time, since January actually. So if you don't know, the Halloween and Party Expo is kind of a big deal in the world of the Halloween industry. And a great company by the name of Trick or Treat Studios, you've probably heard of them if you're clicking on this video, put out their 2020 product catalog. And I've been waiting. I haven't gotten around to it, so I'm finally looking at the Trick or Treat Studios catalog with you all to talk about their newest creations. So I'm really excited, and without any more delay, we're going to jump into the catalog with this awesome, sweet, orange and black color schemed cover. It says the 2020 product catalog here. And as you can see, they have cool pictures of their products. I have several of their amazing masks, props, you name it. And we're going to jump right into some of the new and old merch. So kicking it off, we have the Halloween label, which is probably their most prized possession right now. Everyone is loving these Myers masks. I have the original 1978 shape mask, but the Boogeyman mask is a new one for 2020, as you can see here by the little emblem. You also have the young Michael Clown, which I would love to pick up because it's super cheap. And you also have the knives, a few different types of knife, and the pumpkin. So lots of cool stuff from the original Halloween, including costumes too. And more costumes. And you also have Halloween 2, of course, with all of those masks. We've seen a lot of these masks for several years, at least I have. And I love them all. So if you haven't, please check out especially the H2. But I've heard, a lot of these other ones are really good, even the economy. So there you go. We also here have more props. I especially love the static Myers and the hanging Myers are really nice. Here we have Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which is usually considered the black sheep of the franchise, but I love it, and a lot of people are really appreciating it as a cult classic now. But their newest thing is the Welcome to Santa Mura, home of the Silver Shamrock Novelties Company, which is, of course, the company that makes the evil masks from Halloween 3. So, really cool sign. And, of course, the masks. I love the colors of these masks, and I really want to get some of them. I have the skull one, but I really want the pumpkin. We'll see. Here we have Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, of course, with the H4 mask that came out in 2019. But we also have the H4 poster mask, which is really interesting to note that the poster differs greatly from what we saw on screen. Now, a lot of people do not like the H4 mask that was seen in the film, but I really enjoy it quite a bit. And the poster mask is really good, too. It looks a lot like the original. And you can also get the knife, and the Jamie Lloyd costume and clown mask. And we have, of course, Halloween 5 with all of those masks. Nothing really new here. I especially love the Brute, and I'm really glad they made that a thing. And you have the Halloween 2018 Myers stuff, props, masks, costumes, all that good stuff. But they're also going to be coming out with the Halloween Kills line later this year, but no spoilers from Trick or Treat Studios. As you can see, this movie will be hitting theaters on October 16th. They do have a mask, the coveralls, and the butcher's knife coming out, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm curious to see how it differs from the 2018 version. If I had to bet, I would say a lot more charred. But only time will tell. Let's keep going. Here we go. The big release. To me, anyways, there are two big ones for me. This is the first, and probably the biggest for everybody. The Universal Studios Monsters, their classic line of iconic monsters. These masks are all incredible. It's going to be hard trying to choose which ones to get, but I'll tell you my favorites. We have the Frankenstein monster, of course. We have the Glenn Strange House of Frankenstein. Almost looks black and white. We have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Imhotep from The Mummy. Ardith Bay, who is Imhotep, disguising himself as a normal human. You also have the Frankenstein and the Bride makeup kits, which is a nice thing. And down here we also have the Cheney Entertainment Wolfman Phantom of the Opera and the Green Phantom, along with the Bela Lugosi Dracula White Zombie, Dracula Medallion Cape, and makeup kits. Now, as for me, the highlights of this are probably the Frankenstein, the Imhotep, and my favorite is the Wolfman mask. All of these masks are really incredible, though. The Ardith Bay looks terrific. The only one that looks weird to me, and maybe it's just the photo, is the creature for some reason looks... I don't know. It's like the eyes. It's really hard to get those eyes down because they looked so fantastic in the film. I don't know, it doesn't quite have the same look, but I love the creature from the Black Lagoon, so I would always be down to pick that up. But there's certainly a lot of good masks here. They also have the Hammer monsters, including the Christopher Lloyd Dracula. And you also have one here called Reptile, which I've never heard of, but I like it. It's very odd. And you also have the monster from Hell, and of course the Karis mummy from the 50s. So cool stuff. Another new line is their Scooby-Doo masks, which is a weird property for them to pick up, especially for masks. I feel like this is more of a collector's thing if you're a big Scooby-Doo nut. I like them a lot because of the colors. They really pop, and I recognize a lot of the characters from the classic cartoons, so it's really cool to see them. The one that I always found interesting in the cartoon was the Charlie the Robot, because he looked really weird. But in terms of mask design, I think the Creeper obviously is probably the best one out of these. But they're all certainly good. I don't know if I'm going to pick them up for my taste, but they are certainly very cool. Here we have the Nightmare on Elm Street line. They're putting these out as new for 2020 because they got kind of pushed back. Still really cool to see these. You have the classic Springwood Slasher from the original Nightmare. And you have Freddy's Revenge, Dream Master, and of course all of the gloves, which are going for a pretty penny, but I still think they're going to be made of really high quality materials, almost like the real thing. So be careful with those. Here we have the Us line. Again, they're putting these out as new for 2020, but they've kind of been announced before. I still like them, though. You have the tethered costume, Jason's masks, and his pajamas, and of course the scissors, which I already have, and I did a video unboxing of those, if you care. Here we have the second biggest thing for me, the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark masks. I loved this movie, and these masks are all incredible. I put on the Trick or Treat Studios Facebook page that they should make these, and I guess I was right, because here they are. Now, there are 3 right now. They could add more. I'm assuming they're just going to stick with these, because these are kind of the most iconic of the bunch. You have the Big Toe mask, the Pale Lady, and Harold from the film. Personally, the Pale Lady and Harold are kind of must-haves for me. The Big Toe, while I think it's a really great mask, I don't know, it's not quite as iconic as the other 2. The other 2 are fantastic. Big Toe is really good, though, but certainly all of these are a great collection. I really have to get Pale Lady and Harold because they are just way too cool for me. So, those 2, along with the Wolfman, are among my favorites of the line this year. We also have Josh Hasty's Candy Corn, Hasty's Candy Corn, which is a new film that recently came out. You have Jacob's costume, his mask, his pail, and the Dr. Death costume. I haven't seen the movie, but it looks really cool, and it seems like an homage to Carpenter's movies. We also have Hobbit and Lord of the Rings masks, which look great, and I'm glad they're doing it. Just a little weird in terms of properties, because it's not exactly horror-related. And same goes for Mortal Kombat. Haven't really played the games, but they certainly look cool. Here's a few new ones. The Terror of Hallows' Eve. It does not show that these are new for 2020, but I haven't seen these before, unless I skipped over them last year. But the Trickster looks awesome, even though I don't even know who he is. Really cool. Pretty Boy from Blind's also neat. That's new. And the mask is super creepy. So really nice stuff. You have a Banshee and Scarecrow as well. The Purge. These are the ones from the television series. I have yet to watch the TV show, but these masks look dope. Especially Bandage and Spike and Plus, I say, are really cool, but honestly, all of them are awesome, and I like the originality of these masks. And then, of course, you have the original, even though they're from the third movie, Purge masks with the Lady Liberty, Uncle Sam, Abe, Kiss Me, and the God one. Moving down here, we have the Good Guy collection, which is usually one of the big highlights for Trick or Treat Studios. They love selling their Good Guy dolls like crazy. One thing I really like that's new is the Play Pals factory sign. It's made out of metal, so it's high quality. And I love this, like, meta advertising that goes on with the Good Guy Dolls company. And you can also get all the accessories for your Good Guy doll, which is cool. And we have the Child's Play 2 masks and costumes accessories. I really like the Chucky skull. I can't tell if that's a mask or not. It looks like it's a prop, but I really dig it. If you remember the opening title sequence for Child's Play 2, you know that look. I gotta have that. That's also on my radar for this year because I love that movie. Scrolling down more, we have the Seed of Chucky. All of this stuff is new for 2020, including the updated Chucky with the scars on his face, Tiffany and Glenn. You get all three, so you have plenty of options for whatever tickles your fancy. And you also have the Tiff necklace, the Amulet of Dumbala, which I actually think is pretty cool, and Glenn's axe. The amulet is actually pretty sweet. I do like that. Here we have the Return of the Living Dead. All of this stuff has already come out, but I really like the Mohawk Zombie from the poster, and that might be on my radar. We'll see. We'll see. There's so much that I could jump into here. Also, the makeup palette is pretty cool, too, which is new. Trick or Treat, all this stuff we've seen before. Again, really great property. They do an amazing job on all of these masks and props. Dawn of the Dead, they have a new Flyboy zombie mask and the makeup kit. Otherwise, the other stuff we've seen before. Very cool. Day of the Dead, also seen it before. Land of the Dead, we've seen those too with the Big Daddy and the Butcher. Dead by Daylight, those are sweet masks. We've seen them before, not new. One thing that is new is from Motel Hell, this pig mask. This pig mask is so creepy and weird. I have not seen Motel Hell. I'd like to see it just because of seeing this mask. It looks absolutely freaky, and perhaps if I see the movie, I'll want to get the mask. That's usually how this stuff goes. I love the hair on it. It looks really realistic. Here we have Evil Dead 2. All of this stuff we've seen before. Love it. Really cool. They Live. We've seen it before, except for the Obey sign. And the Obey sign is sweet. Goes really well with the rest of the line. I really like it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. All this stuff has been out for years now, but their Killer Clown masks are awesome, and the cocoons are really cool too. I really want a cocoon for my room. Is it in my budget right now? I don't know because of all this new stuff, but if it gets to that time, I want the cocoon. And you have the costumes to go with your masks as well. Here we have Saw. I think Saw will be pretty popular this year because of Spiral, even though it got pushed back. I'm still really excited to see that movie, and I think the Saw property is still going strong, especially with their Billy items. The Billy puppet is fantastic, by the way. I have it back there. It's a great prop. And you also have more of the masks. The Jigsaw masks are really cool, and the pig, and the reverse bear trap. I like all of it. Probably if the other thing I really was looking forward to was the Creepshow series stuff. Here you have the Creep from the show, the Scarecrow from the episode, I can't remember the name, I think it was like the 4th episode, and also Gray Matter from the first of the entries. All of these masks look really sweet. The Creep is awesome. We never got a Creep from the original Creepshow, but this is pretty darn close, so that might also be on my radar. I'll see. I love Creepshow, and the show was pretty good. I'll have to talk about it here. Speaking of Creepshow, all of the masks are the same, except now we have a bust of Fluffy, who is, of course, from the Crate segment in that movie. All this stuff we've seen before. I did a review on the Pennywise mask, so you can check it out. The teeth are really cool, too. Same goes for Happy Death Day. I did a video on the mask. I love it. They're really great masks. You should totally get one, because they're pretty cheap, too, because they are the Vacuform. Full Moon also has their masks, including the Lurking Fear, Castle Freak, Shrieker, Killjoy. And then you also have the Ginger Dead Man, which is just hilarious that that's even a mask. They should make a prop, too. And you also have the Blade and Pinhead masks. Now, if you're watching this, Tots, Trick or Treat Studios, I don't know if you can do this, but you know how you do the Jigsaw and the Chucky and the Annabelle dolls and puppets? Could you make Puppet Master puppets and dolls and Ginger Dead Man? That'd be sweet! I would love that. I don't know if you'll do it, but hey, can't hurt to ask. Terrifier 2 comes out this October, from what I'm aware of, so this is exciting. The bloody art is cool, because most of that movie is super gory, so that fits the film. You also have the Conjuring Annabelle prop, which I've heard is amazing, and you have the Tragedy Girls masks, too. Dead Silence, no one talks about this movie. It's a really good movie, too. Made by the guys who made Saw, James Wan. Great movie. Really cool-looking props and masks. The Strangers, those masks are all cool, and they're relatively cheap. You can get, like, all of them for, like, $50. American Werewolf in London, one of my favorite horror films, and also one of the best mask lines, because these all look fantastic. Wow. Great stuff, Tots. Clockwork Orange, really cool. Love all of that stuff. Fantastic movie. Same goes for Eyes Wide Shut. I actually just got the Red Cloak mask, so that's really cool. Gotta love Kubrick. Segueing into The Shining. We've seen this stuff before. I have the axe. I pre-ordered the Roger Dogman mask, which was announced last year, but they had some delays in the production of that mask, so it will be coming out for 2020, which is exciting because such an iconic scene from the best horror film. There is no argument. You can argue in the comments. Gremlins, they have the new Flasher Gremlin. I think that's sweet. That was a good idea, especially after doing the Bandit. I have Stripe. Such high quality puppets, so the Flasher could not do you wrong. And you also have, I did not notice this before, maybe I did, the Fantastic Ideas for a Fantastic World Peltzer sign. I love that. I really want that. I'm going to add that to my list, because Gremlins is amazing. It's Gremlins. Now you have a lot of their just miscellaneous masks that aren't a part of like a series of masks. It's like just a one-shot thing. King Kong, of course, Iron Giant, Beast of Blood, Funhouse, Darkman, Pumpkinhead, Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, Jeepers Creepers. You got the new Creeper Axe. I can't talk. Creeper Axe. You have the Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon, Hatchet, Sinister, Orphan Killer, Nightbreed. They have a new Hellfest stuff. If you saw that movie, I never saw that movie. The Executioner one and the other look really creepy. Did anyone see that movie? I feel like no one watched that movie, but I heard it was good. Zombie from the Italian Zombie movie. They look pretty gross. I've yet to finish the movie, but it looks cool. Krampus, probably one of their hottest lines. I absolutely love their Krampus mask. It might be one of my favorite masks that I own. Jaws, great mask. Weird to wear it, but still a really cool sculpt. And they have a new no swimming sign, the Amity Beach. That's super neat. Star Trek stuff, they have the new Mungado, I'm guessing. Looks cool, kind of like a Yeti unicorn. I haven't watched Star Trek, I'm sorry. Twilight Zone, seen it before, love it, best TV show ever. I still want to get the Chamomite from To Serve Man, but we'll see. And all of these masks are great too. Here you have the Netflix Umbrella Academy masks. And they're also going to be making, it looks like, masks for Season 2. They haven't put any images out, but they're working on them. And you have two new masks from The Walking Dead amidst all of their other ones that are pretty popular. Game of Thrones. We've seen it. If you like the show, you probably already own some of these. American Horror Story has Mr. Jingles as a new mask. That's a creepy looking one. Pretty realistic. But the bump is cool too. Holes is cool. All of these are really neat. And then, of course, Twisty and the Nun and all the stuff we've seen for years. Rocky, interesting property for tots, but they have cool stuff. You also have Ghost. They have a few new items from Ghost, mostly masks, which is nice if you're a fan. The Iron Maiden, they have a new Legacy and a Matter of Life and Death mask, which is cool. We've seen a lot of these for years. I'm just skimming through. AC/DC, Megadeth, Quiet Riot, Alice Cooper, Motorhead, and the Misfits. New Slayer cut appliance. House of a Thousand Corpses. I really want the Captain Spaulding mask because it looks sweet. And maybe the Ravelli. Not sure. Very odd movie, but Rob Zombie has an interesting style to him. And you also have some of the Devil's Reject mask, too. They also have some new 3 from Hell merch, which just came out last year, so you can pick up merchandise from that film. More Rob Zombie stuff, 31 items. A few more miscellaneous masks. Mars Attacks. EC Comics. The Worst. A few new Toxic Tunes. The Mummy and the Green Gruesome. Very cool. A new Tom Savini mask called Grafted. These all look really weird. I actually really like the new one. Looks cool. Death Studios. The Don Post Classic Collection is awesome. I have the Green Corpse now. The Ghost is really neat as well. You also have some masks from Zigoni Studios. Lots of cool masks here. I like the Fang ones a lot. You also have some from Mabry Monsters. Justin Mabry, who is the I guess, president of the art at Trick or Treat Studios. And you have a few new Trick or Treat originals, including Gilbert, which is a really cool mask. I love the vibrant green on him. But another one of my favorites for this year is the Monitor. I don't know what that thing's supposed to be other than just a bizarre-looking alien, kind of inspired by Mars Attacks. But that is a really cool mask. The colors just pop on that thing. The eyes are really cool. I love that thing. I'm adding that to my watch list for sure. A bunch of other masks. Vertigo, Pizza Fiend, Cleve, Arachnoid. You got a mask hanger here. A lot of stuff we've seen before. The Devil's Cap, the bags, Bite-Mares. You have Monster Metals too. Including a few new necklaces, Nosferatu, Scarred Chucky, Space Clown, oh, that's Killer Clowns, Michael Myers' original mask, the Phantom Creep. These magnets are really cool, too. They have wrapping paper now, they have keychains. I gotta take a sip of water, I'm talking a lot. Ah, man. Trick or Treat Studios, you guys are doing really good. You got a lot of cool products. And they're adding even more different, unique things. Not just masks anymore. Costumes, keychains. They have air fresheners, I think. Wall decor. So many cool things. Pins. But can you believe all these pins? I can't even go through all of them, but they're so cool. From amazing movies, too. These aren't like horrible films. These are great films. The fear fresheners. Look at how cool. That Chucky one is sick. Twilight Zone ones, Halloween ones, Silver Shamrock, Misfits. So many. Krampus. They have added a few new of the retro wall decor items, including Creepshow. I love that stuff. Man, look at that. Misfits, Trick or Treat, Krampus. That's cool. That's really cool. Return of the Living Dead. That's awesome. Man, this stuff is neat. Toxic Tunes. Then you have the ones from last year, the Universal Monsters, Halloween, Chucky, Werewolf in London, They Live, Texas Chainsaw. You also have new ornaments that they just announced a few months ago with their Universal Monster ornaments. The Invisible Man is sick. Trick or Treat Studios, again, not sure if you're watching this, can you please make an Invisible Man mask? I know what you're thinking. He's invisible. I mean with the wrappings and the glasses and the yada yada. I love that look. More ornaments. Chucky ornaments. Lots of ornaments. And that's it. And it just ends. That's the catalog, you guys. That is what Trick or Treat Studios is offering for 2020. So, in the comments, I want to hear from you. What is your favorite item from the catalog? Give me top 3. Give me top 3. If I had to pick mine, I don't know, that monitor is sweet. But I'm going to have to say the Wolfman is probably on the top. Along with Harold and Dream Lady, maybe monitor. But again, lots of great items from Trick or Treat Studios. It's best to pre-order now in case you miss out because this stuff goes fast, especially the new items that are hot. I'm sure the Universal Monsters are going to be gone, so get on that while you can. Thank you for watching this extended analysis of this catalog, you guys. And remember to subscribe if you love Halloween. Thank you for watching, and remember, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer.